Fun podcast. Well, it's very fulfilling. One, especially as an entrepreneur running a business for the last 28 years. Very fulfilling and very heartwarming to see um, your dream come true in terms of creating employment, creating dignity for the services that we do provide, and ideally affecting so many lives across. By my life is not just about work. Um, I'm grateful for my family. We're raising two young boys, and it's just amazing that ideally I'm getting to see them grow to become the men they are meant to be. And beyond that, I serve humanity with love and through Rotary, at Rotary Club of Langata. And for me, service is my heartbeat, and service to others is what keeps me going. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Enjoying it.
To bring
Well, it's a balance in terms of every part of your life. You have various stages where you are there to build a business. You are there to mentor. You are there to be able to ensure that you are preparing yourself and others to be able to live out their bigger deal. Balance comes with awareness of how it is that you are trying to ensure that the things that you care most about, first being your family, and then secondary being your business and your friends and so on. Everything is a work-life balance, and I think one of the things I've been very aware about that over the years. And in certain instances, of course, there are times that it's called upon, be it in work, be it in your family, that you're actually able to now put your efforts in being able to ensure that things work. When I look at business, for instance, in the formative years of parenthood, of course, it takes away a lot of your time because you're forming the business. It requires you to be very present. It requires you to travel quite a bit. It requires that you spend extra hours running the midnight oil preparing bids to submit to clients, prospective clients. So when I look back, I look at it as phases that's happened. And at this point in my life, the investments in empowering people to be able to help run your businesses has indeed paid off to a point where now I'm allowed more time to be able to follow my passions around philanthropy work, as well as spend time with yes, indeed. I mean, we're a close knit family. And ideally, even my father is a shareholder of food business we currently run. And ideally, he's mentored us through and through in being able to enable us to be able to be free and follow our desires in terms of what we're really passionate about. I mean, I was trained as a hotel. I mean, I did hotel management, and I'm a hotelier by profession. And ideally, getting into this space of hygiene and hospitality is what it indeed resonates with what I trained to become. And the support that I received from my parents in terms of establishing this business with others, other shareholders, in being able to offer professional cleaning and allied services. Way back in 1998 when I was just fresh out of college. They had one of the things that I see that it worked well. But had an older mentor in a father to be able to actually get things moving the way they are today. It's being present, and in every circumstance, whether it's times are hard, whatever it is, you have to look back and ideally count your blessings. Oftentimes, and how the big human mind is structured is to just look at what is not working, what is wrong, what is wrong with the government, what is wrong with everything that is around you. And when we fill ourselves with that negative information, ideally what it does, it dampens you. It removes that filter of being able to see the good that is around us. The fortunate steps that you've achieved and ideally the things that you've been able to get done that have worked for you. The successes, be it little or large, that we've been able to experience throughout those years, we fail to see that because we are just focusing on the wrong. We're just focusing on the negative items. One of the biggest things that people take for granted is good health. Because you expect that I wake up in the morning, I have my 2 feet, my 2 hands, get up on my feet and I can see and I can move and go about my day like nothing happened and didn't take for granted that actually that is a gift. The same instance is somebody who woke up today who could not people could see yesterday, but today, because of the disease, cannot see anymore, or cannot be able to get on their feet, or become paralyzed, or whatever. I mean, health is in itself is something that is taken highly for granted. And ideally, when we fail to see the small blessings that you have in your life, to be able to just be grateful, then that to me is my definition of you are living up to your life with a big smile. I am naturally an OCD. And I think, I don't know that it comes with a job, because ideally the business that we're in requires a whole sense of detail around getting it right. I mean, you're coming into spaces, private spaces, or homes, or offices, where somebody, that's their private space, and ideally you're required to ensure that the way you found it, you leave it better, more hygienic, but without having to move stuff around. Now, of course, what ticks me off is imperfections around not having things in their place. And doing things the right way and going the extra effort to make it as perfect as possible. I mean, we live in an imperfect world, but ideally I believe that it comes with a lot of effort for one to be able to do their best. So what ticks me off is somebody who doesn't put the effort. Effort in terms of if it's an assignment that one has been given or a job that one has been asked to do, then it requires you to step up, be level up to be able to do the best that you can. And ideally for me, I have no patience for laziness. And my insecurity is that of a loss of alignment. And it all boils down to money. bigger, men were created to provide, be it for their families, be it for their friends, be it for humanity. I mean, we have this African thing around black tax. I mean, you are the provider. And ideally, if your source of provision is lost, then of course it presents itself as very huge insecurity. It can be a loss of a job, it can be a loss of an income, and with it comes a whole host of things that fall apart. Respect from your peers, the fear of respect from your peers, respect from your family, dishonor where people feel that you are useless. You can't provide, but you're good for nothing. And ideally, it boils down to your source of provision. And for me, any insecurities around that really play a huge part in everything around life. Because what gets you up every morning is to be able to go out and source for your livelihood. A sense of purpose comes from serving others. And being very well aware about the blessing of a man, the joy of a man comes from the joy of service to others. That's what I normally refer to the term of service about self. You can have all the money in the world. You can have all the gold in the world. But a man in the world is as empty as could be when you are not serving other people. Not necessarily. And I want to give the narrative. You do not have to be rich to be able to find your purpose or to have financial freedom to be able to fulfill that purpose. When I want to give you an example. When you go to the village and you meet your grandmother, your grandfather, your relatives there, you are visiting, and most people in the village are either peasants, isn't it? And either peasant farmers or small scale farmers and so on and so forth. And you go to those places. Your grandmother doesn't have a gainful employment, doesn't have a pension, doesn't have all those big things that have city life. But your grandmother, before you grab back to the city, she goes and proves what price chicken and gives it to you. Now, when you understand that her joy is being able to give a chicken for chicken soup to her grandson. It can be the deeds that you do. You may not have anything, you may not have much. People may forget the things that you did to them. People may forget the things that you gave them. But people will never forget how you made them feel. And I believe in that totally. How you make people feel can be just in small deeds and acts of kindness that you can be able to just find. In everyday life, as you set yourself out to do, you are faced and you encounter different scenarios of people who just require that act of kindness. You don't need to be married. You just need to be human. And especially in that stage in life where as you're growing, people tend to be looking at me everything about me, me, me. How about being very self-aware about the people around you, the strangers around you, by being just authentic around the fact that every small act of kindness can change somebody's life. Every act that you do in terms of speaking words of affirmation, words of positivity on a stranger, on a kid, on a mentorship program that you have in the village somewhere, may change that person's life for good. And that's the transformation that you're talking about. That ideally, those small acts of kindness are highly contagious in being able to bring out the good in you. I always grew up wanting to become a pilot. And I'm glad it never happened. Yes, so I got an office near fly. Yeah, but ideally, over time, I have not a fear of heights, so I don't know. Probably not that too long around that. The simplest pleasure of life is just being present. When you're present, you're aware about the environment around you. And ideally, in every environment that you're at, be it in the village, be it in the city, gives you the opportunity to be able to make the best of it. The simplest pleasures can be having a meal at Serena or going to a Kibadaski and ordering for chapo with motura.
Chapo and motora.
You've never tasted chapotura?
Very dry.
Chapotura. You make a combi over chapotura. Those are the simple pleasures.
Yeah.
And I think what happens with Kenyans, I think, and you find a lot of that, that diverse change of, I mean, even with our eating habits, you can go for a serious lunch at Serena, and then we'll go to a local Kibadaski and have an easy meal of that with the relaxer, and he's okay with that. But I think one of the greatest inhibitors around living out your simple life and experiencing that simple life as it should is the influence that you receive from your peers and people around you. A perfect weekend is attending a Rotary function and a Rotary project and going to really experience and assess other communities that are around. So I spend a lot of time doing that and meeting people and meeting friends and people impacting society in different ways. I enjoy traveling, I enjoy just being present with people who are serving to change lives. So that's what I do. Most of my Saturdays, that's exactly what I end up doing. For Sunday, check back home and chill. The energies, take care of your body. Just do that. I put aside my Fridays just for me. I am a true believer in having a 4.5 day week where on Fridays are just for me. Not with my family. Just doing me. I can just be driving around or go out with my friends and have a meal and just chill, just be me. Or go out and spend an afternoon buying fruit plants because I'm a green. I enjoy planting. I enjoy my gardens. Life is for the living. Um, you've heard me talk about presence often. Um, you've got only one life to live. It has no rehearsal. You can't say, cut, repeat, let's go back to January, let's go back to 10 years from now. You cannot repeat the past. And ideally, being very present today is the only time that you have that you can be at your best. So, for me, being present in every day, looking at it as a gift and enjoying the present is what gives me that purpose. That in everything that I do on a day-to-day basis, I want to make the best of it. I want to create impact, not only for myself, but for others. I want to create impact for my business. I want to create impact for their lives with changing with impact and the other business that I run. And I want to be able to leave this world better than I found it. Manu Chandari. He's a man who taught me how to live out my bigger dreams. He's a man who ideally lives out his purpose very quietly but very impactfully and loud. And he's a man who ideally teaches you little nuggets around life as it should be